Welcome to a new edition of the Neon Jazz interview series with jazz saxophonist Andrew Gutauskas. We caught up with him in late November 2020 to talk about his career, new music, and the pandemic. He opened up about his latest 2020 CD, Look Out, and his busy career as a Grammy Award-winning saxophonist, film composer, music director, arranger, and educator. He has recorded and performed on Broadway, television, film, and live around the world with a variety of artists ranging from jazz to rock to hip-hop to Bollywood. Get to know him and dig this interview.
So, hey, thanks for taking a minute out to talk to Neon Jazz today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. It's my pleasure. I really appreciate you reaching out.
So you have an album coming out during a global pandemic. What's that like for you?
Oh, man. Well, it's actually pretty exciting. The record's been in the can for a couple of years. So we recorded this back in October 2018, and it just kind of seemed like the right time. I'd been putting it off just because I'd been busy last couple of years and with other projects, and it just seemed like a fitting time to get some new music out, just share it with people. I'm hoping that it'll kind of bring some joy to people's lives. There's a lot of happy melodies in there, so I just I thought it would be a nice opportunity to get the music out and just kind of give people something to take their minds off of the impending doom that seems to be happening.
Well, let's talk about your beginnings. Where were you born and raised, and how did jazz start for you?
I was born in Connecticut, Woodbury, Connecticut, and grew up in Southington, the next town over. My father is an organist and a pianist, so he used to play at church all the time growing up, and a Catholic church, and so I was used to him playing in church, and he used to play in bands, so I'd hear him playing around. And then we always had records in the house. He was playing Stan Getz and all things, and Cannonball Adderley was one of his favorites, and so music was in the house all the time. And in fourth grade, it was kind of just presented at the school. Took up the instrument, took up saxophone. It was between that and trumpet, and I couldn't get a sound out of the trumpet, so it was kind of saxophone was the choice at the time. And then I had just a lot of great teachers, a lot of encouragement growing up. I had a really great middle school band director. His name was Tim Johnson. Just really encouraging. My high school time was also very, just very encouraging. My band directors that I was in the marching band, jazz band, all that stuff. And and then I went on to college. I went to William Patterson for my undergraduate and studied with Gary Smulyan for a few years and had a great education there and met a lot of my best friends now. And then went on to Juilliard for my master's in 2004. And so it's kind of I've been in New York ever since and doing the grind.
Well, yeah, and you've done a lot for film and Broadway and different genres. What's the difference between just doing what you did with the Straight Ahead album and then collaborating for something that is just a different genre and has a larger, probably bigger audience?
It's interesting to kind of go in between the different genres. I've always been interested in a lot of different types of music. Actually, growing up, that's not true. Like when I was in high school and college, it was like I was very centered on playing jazz. And I think when I got to New York, there was just, I had to work, there was opportunities in just playing in jazz clubs. I had to make money, so I couldn't just play jazz gigs. And so all these opportunities came up playing weddings and kind of just little things here and there that kind of broadened my musical vocabulary. And it's so to kind of put those two versions, it's like there's been this kind of like in my solo projects, at least for now, it's been a kind of centered on jazz. It's been it's fun I just love making music. I love creating and I love the challenge that other types of genres present, and I think that the background in jazz improvisation, I think, has helped kind of make those other things, those other genres. It makes it a little bit not easier, but it's just like helps to direct me to be able to handle those types of situations, to write for film. And I've always loved film. I've loved the music, like film composing is just something I've always wanted to do. And so it's, it's been exciting to kind of try to do that kind of stuff. Yeah, arranging. It's all fun, and I love it.
Right on. What was the first live jazz show you saw that made you think that was something you want to do with your life?
Wow, that's a wild question. When I was in high school, Maynard Ferguson used to come around. He would do these high school and college tours, and I was in jazz band at the time, and Maynard was there, and there was some guys that had just got out of North Texas State. He was always really keen on telling his audiences where his musicians came from, and a lot of them were right out of college. So I remember seeing that and being like, wow, this is you can tour with music. Maybe someday I could play with Maynard Ferguson. It was kind of like an eye-opening experience, and to see that, the joy that he could bring out of people. He filled the place, and it was a 1,000-seat auditorium, and it was packed. It was wild. It was like a rock concert, and so I think I haven't even thought about this question before, but it's looking back on that, that's kind of one of the first things that I think about, as odd as that is. But Maynard was amazing.
So when you return to the stage and the audience returns to the crowd, what do you hope we all realize about this time away from live music?
Just how important it is. It's art and collaboration and live music is just it's so critical to the human condition. We are social beings. Humans are social, and so to be isolated like this for so long, it's, I think, just to embrace every moment that you have, and seeing these shows, it's sometimes you take I know pre-COVID, you could take things for granted, and whatever it is, and so this, I think, for people to just really embrace the music and let people know how much you love what you see, if you love it, and just sharing these experiences. The music is really an important part of humanity. It's so I'm excited. I'm excited for that, and I'm excited for people to be able to experience that again, because it's hard. It's hard on everybody, the performers and listeners.
So why do you love jazz?
Oh man, it's the feeling. That's a great question. Feeling is the joy it brings. There's the swing, the creativity, the improvisation, just the spontaneity of it. I love listening to a band that has played together for a long time. You can really develop. You can go in directions that you never thought would be possible. And I think something about the spontaneity of jazz and the creativity, it's never the same as, the melodies are there, but it's all about interpretation, and everybody has a different way of doing it. And I just, I love that. Just that spirit, and the community is incredible. There's so much to it. That especially, I don't know if I'm speaking for everybody that's in the jazz community, but it's like a family. Being here in New York, and not even in New York, just across the world, there's this large community of people. We all have we kind of have a similar knowledge, similar background. We know the same tunes. We have the similar vocabulary. We're able to have a conversation anywhere in the world, and that's a really special thing to be able to partake in. And there's not really many other styles of music that I can. Well, I don't know. I don't play them all, but it's a really exciting music to be a part of and to listen to. But yeah, that swing when it's feeling really good, there's nothing like it. It just kind of creates gives me jitters in my stomach. It's nice.
So everyone has a perception of you, your family, your friends, your fans, but you're the one living your life. Who do you think you are?
Who do I think I am? Well, I feel that I'm I'm a happy person, and I'm a kind of a solitary person too. I have my girlfriend and I live together. But I like quiet. Sometimes, I like to go on walks, and it's just I'm kind of just kind of running my own tempo. I like to go on my own beat, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, Andrew, thanks for opening up about Lookout. Thanks for opening up about your life and music. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks, Joe. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks for listening and tuning into another Neon Jazz interview, where we give you a bit of insight into the finest cats in New York, L.A., Kansas City, and spots all over the world, giving fans all that jazz. And thanks to Andrew for his time and energy. If you want to hear more interviews, go to Famous Interviews with Joe Domino on the iTunes Store. Visit neonjazz at youtube.com, and for everything Neon Jazz all the time, go to the neonjazz.blogspot.com. Until next time, enjoy the jazz, my friends.
Neon Jazz.